Good day, everybody, and welcome back to another Manhood Mondays. My name is Brother Warren, and I'm coming to you from the land of peace, which stands for please educate all children equally. I guess you asked why I got my hood on. It's a storm out there, right? Snowstorm, blizzard, one of the, I guess, worst blizzards in about 10 years, I guess, or whatever. And I'll be going out shortly to chip away at some of the snow. Um, but that leads me to my topic for today. Manhood Mondays, number 60. Get equipped for the storm of racism. First of all, this is our last Monday of the month, celebrating Black History Month. But Black history and all history should be celebrated year round. Celebrate your culture and celebrate your heritage and celebrate who you are all year long. We just kind of highlighted during this month. So 100 years ago, the late great brother Dr. Carter G. Woodson, member of our fraternity, the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, came up with the concept of Negro History Week, which then became Black History Month officially later in the 70s. So shout out to him. Also, paying homage to another great ancestor now, the late great brother Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, another member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, who actually said many years ago, he said, our flag is red, white, and blue, right? But, the nation is a rainbow, red, yellow, brown, black, and white. And we're all precious in God's sight. All precious in God's sight. Just recently, there was an incident that took place where Brother Delroy Lindo and also Michael B. Jordan were presenting, I guess, an award, about to present an award at the BAFTAs, which is like it's the European or the British version of the Grammys here in this country. And a gentleman shouted out a racial slur because he had Tourette syndrome. Now, I'm not insensitive to Tourette syndrome, and some people can debate whether or not, that spirit was in that gentleman, and that's why he still came out and said what he said. That can go either way. I'm not here to debate that, but there's a lot of people shouting out things, saying things, doing things throughout the world, right? Whether they have Tourette's or not, can help it or not. In this particular gentleman's case, maybe on scientifically he couldn't help it. Who knows? But there's a lot of people who can help it, right? And do things and right in your face, pulling down monuments and things of that nature, recognizing the culture of the accomplishments and even just the history. Not even so much the accomplishments, the history of things that have taken place in this country and throughout the world. So how do we get equipped to weather the storm of racism? First of all, you have to be confident in yourself, right? You have to know the knowledge of ourself, knowledge of your history and your culture and your heritage, from the beginning, on how we had, universities and created inventions and science and mathematics and all those kinds of things, and the evolution of us as a people. I'm talking about those from the diaspora all throughout the world, right? The African diaspora, specifically, I'm talking about right now. And go back and do the research. Go back and do the research. There's so many of us who forget about, the things we've accomplished throughout the world. Now, how does that equate to today? If you know what you've done in the past, do you know how great you could be in the future? And that's to the young people. And even for some of us older people who have forgotten, we need to really, really reflect on equipping ourselves and being proud of our lineage, right? And knowing how powerful once upon a time we were as a people and how those things can impact you, right? Moving forward in the future. Because if you don't know your past, then you don't know how you can go in the future. So getting equipped, in that storm of racism, and then also working on your emotional intelligence. We can't let things, somebody says, we want to snap out. We want to punch them in the face, respond in kind. Did I used to be that person many, many years ago? Sure I did. Because I'm older now, and I'm more mature. I can speak on it. No, that's not the good way. It's not about turning the cheek either. It's not doing that per se. Just being strategic in the ways in which you respond to certain things and whatnot. So getting equipped for the storm of racism. Because it's here. All we're doing is going back to some of the same things that used to happen and it's more in your face now because of things like this here, social media. You can see it. Everybody pulls out a phone or makes a post about it, I guess, or whatever, to get the clicks and the likes. I don't do this for that. I do this for those few people who want to gain more knowledge around a particular topic in which I'm sharing. Shout out to my alma mater, Chan University is in the background. This week, we'll celebrate the 189th celebration of the oldest HBCU in the country. That will take place on February the 25th, this coming Wednesday, as a matter of fact, celebrating 189 years of excellence. And that's all I got for this week. I'm going to come back next week with a special guest who just released her second book. Maybe it's her third book. I don't know. And she actually attended Chan University as well. So awesome young lady. I'm not going to say her name yet. I'll just save the surprise next week as I open up for Women's History Month, because she's making history right now. She's making history right now. So that's all I got. My name again is Brother Warren, and I'm coming to you from the land of peace, which stands to please educate all children equally. About to go out here and tackle this storm. It's not the storm of racism, although it could be a metaphor, right, for it. No, it's a snowstorm right now. So I love you all. Till the next time, you take care. Be blessed. Be safe out there. Peace.